Everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Paul Nguma, founder of PATTERNOLOGY LAB. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the stock on the thumbnail once again. And I'm going to be answering some of you guys' questions for those of you who dropped your stocks of interest in the comment section of this morning's video, okay? So let's get started. Let me change the scene. There you go. Okay, so right off the bat, the SPY had a very weird day today. Kind of like it was a very zigzaggy day. The longs and the short were struggling. Personally, I'm not short biased on this one. And right now, like the way it's looking, it looks like a reverse head and shoulders to me. And I would love to see this thing open up at around like 36.90 ish in the morning. So again, anything can happen overnight, but I'm still not bearish on this thing. So I would follow up on this one in the morning and see exactly how it is. But for the stock on the thumbnail, and that stock is VRM, Vroom. All right. And the reason why I like this stock, right? It had a very strong day today. Okay. Y'all can see that it ran from the beginning and it stayed up there until the very, very end. But the reason why I like it is because the stock has been demolished for so long. Okay. Short sellers who got in since like 75, 73, 70, who have been heavily shorting the stock for so long. Personally, just put yourself in their position. If you were short in the stock and the stock drops 50%, and also keep in mind that there are people holding puts. 50% on contracts is a lot more than just 50%. It's probably 10x, maybe 20x. Just put yourself in their position. Wouldn't you want to take your money off the table? Especially, especially after you see this. Right here, this is what I put on the thumbnail. For those of you who are beginners, who are not familiar with candlestick patterns, this is called a bullish engulfing candle right there, okay? It's a candle only made of two, it's a pattern made of only two candlesticks. And usually what happens after that is that the stock just runs even higher, okay? So definitely keep that one in your watch list for sure. It's also kind of making a double bottom. Like if the stock really wanted to collapse, these people over here would have given out and they would have caused more selling pressure on the stock. But since they're not giving up and since a lot more buyers stepped in today, definitely keep your eyes on this one for the next few days, okay? And also, if you look at the bottom, you can see that there is a massive surge in volume as well. So I don't have a problem with Vroom. I like the stock, and it's good enough to be featured on this video, okay? And also, we can learn something from this. For those of you who are not familiar with candlesticks pattern, again, this is the bullish engulfing candle. Now let's talk about some of you guys' stock, okay? But first, let's look at how some previous stocks did. Billy crushed short sellers and is on the way up here. I'm not bearish on this yet. Okay, so this one is doing perfectly well. Tesla annihilated short sellers. Like this is so sad. I hope you were, for those of you who watched the video, I hope you didn't go short. I told you this was a long and this was clearly a long, okay? So this one did well. Another stock, MP, also demolished short sellers. All right, it just took them out. And honestly, I don't think it's done crushing them yet. So definitely keep that one on your watch list. If you're holding this, again, this one is a hold for me. Short sellers will be squeezed or will continue to be squeezed. And then another stock that I've mentioned on this video, which is LCA. LCA did not crumble. I told all of you this morning that this is not a good point to short. It's really not. I told y'all that it will consolidate to trap more short sellers and then watch for a move upwards. And so far, so good. I would love to see the stock go all the way up to like to 30, at least 35 at most, before I would consider going in short myself. But yeah, so far these ones are performing well. Now the other stocks that some of y'all have been asking about is let's look at SSY really quick. SSY didn't do so great. Okay, it did great here, and then it had a slight pullback today. All right, and again, here's a technique for like to reduce your size and to see to see how far, or how do I say this? To get an idea that the stock is not gonna recover or it's gonna go even lower on that same day. If you look on here, a perfect spot to like reduce your size, especially if you were holding long through here, the perfect spot to reduce your size is right over here, right there. Okay, there is literally an intraday pattern. It's very bearish. This is a bearish pattern. Okay, so a perfect place to reduce your size is anywhere in here, just to buy it back at the lows. All right, so that is one example for that one. But long term, I'm still bullish on this stock. Okay, I'm not bearish on this yet, but we'll see exactly how it opens up in the morning. All right. Now, another stock that y'all been asking about is TCOM. And TCOM also has the same scenario. Let me just clear out these things. That way y'all can see what I mean by the same scenario. If you look on the 5-minute chart, all right, and if you were long over here, and then the stock fails to perform over here, and then on the third day, this right here is like, okay, maybe you should consider reducing your size and then get back in lower. Another point that could indicate that you really need to like reduce your size or even get out just to get back in at the low is right over here. Same thing again. It's right there. Okay, and the perfect place to reduce your size are right in here. All right. So again, long term, I'm still bullish on this one. Long term, I'm still bullish on it. Yeah, because the pattern was there. It crushed earnings, and there was some more buyers stepping in this region. So again, my price target is still the same over here, but we'll see exactly how this one opens up in the morning. Again, this is just like a crash course for beginners to like who are still struggling to on reading the charts. Again, this is just something to help you out for like for next time something like that happens. Now, the next stock that we're going to be talking about is Reggie. And Reggie, somebody asked about Reggie, and honestly, like I'm gonna be very, very honest with y'all. I'm not bullish on this yet, and I'm also not bearish on it either. Like right now, it's just consolidating sideways in this region, and everyone is really losing here. Like nobody is winning. And personally, and I don't know where it's gonna go. It had a great run, and this actually looked like a growth stock. Like really long term, it's a little overextended, but I wouldn't be surprised if this thing just keeps going sideways for a very long time. So yeah, I have no idea where this is gonna go in the short term. It's just going sideways. And personally, I wouldn't put my money in it because I don't know where it's gonna go. And that is my very honest opinion on that one for the person who's asking about it. You should be worried though because like of this right here. Like it looks bearish. How low can it go? Again, we don't know until later. But as of right now, I can't really tell you exactly where it's gonna go. It's just not obvious for me to tell. It's not too obvious. All right. So that is my very honest opinion for that one. The next one that we're going to be talking about is QS. And QS recently IPO'd. It recently IPO'd at a price of $24. Okay. And it had a nice run. And then it showed us a piercing candle pattern again. And if you look at it on the 5-minute chart or the 15-minute chart, that works too. It's up right now by a lot, all right? And watch it for a short squeeze. It wants to squeeze short sellers. You know the ones who are hanging out over here? These ones right there. It wants to squeeze them. So definitely keep this one on your watch list for sure. If you're in this already, this is a hold for me. It just got out the gates. I don't have anything negative to say about the stock. And it doesn't have enough history for me to be like, oh, it's overextended or it's not. So definitely keep this one on your watch list for sure. It could make some interesting move today. The volume is holding steady, but there may be a surge in volume tomorrow. So definitely keep that one on your watch list for sure. Now the next one that we're going to be talking about is plug. Okay. And plug is very overextended. And the one thing that that I kind of like about this stock is that it may be good for short sellers. I see a head and shoulders on here. I do. The head and shoulders is there. If you look at it on the 1 hour time frame, it's not looking too great. I just feel like more short sellers are gonna add on here, and then it's gonna open up lower, and then it might crumble. Okay, if you look at it on the daily, it's very overextended, and I would like to see this at like 20 bucks. At 20 bucks would be great. Okay, but then again, it could just go sideways, and consolidation is a terrible thing for short sellers. Just to let y'all know, it's like the worst thing you could see as a short seller, consolidation, and that's what happened at Tesla, and then everybody got squeezed. Okay, so definitely that is my very honest opinion on Plug as well for the individual who asked about Plug. All right, if you got value from this video, definitely destroy the like button for the YouTube algorithm. As always, if you are new to the channel, definitely subscribe and click on the notification bell along with all notifications. That way you get notified whenever I release these post-market analysis videos, which are released every single day in the afternoon, and the pre-market analysis videos, which are released at exactly 8:15 a.m. Central Time, 15 minutes before the market opens. If you're not following us on social media, you can find me at Paul and Guma and at Patternology Lab. My links are right up here. Also, if you are a beginner looking to get started in the stock market, looking to make some money in the stock market, I left some step-by-step directions in the description of the video below. It only takes about 15 minutes to sign up with everything you need, all right, and to have access to the charting software that I was using, which is called Thinkorswim. Okay, it's free of charge right after you sign up for TD Ameritrade. You can also get 3 free stocks after signing up with Webull using my very first link in the description below, and 1 free stock after signing up with Robinhood using the second link in the description below as well. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Nguma with Patternology Lab, where we trade patterns and patterns only. And I will see all of you in tomorrow morning's video. All right? Have a great night.